perfect. So how would you say med school is different from undergrad?
The better question is, how is med school the same as undergrad?
Do you look at the slides beforehand, or is it so elite? Like only 5 people did it? Hi everyone. Before we start this video, I just wanted to say that the person I'll be interviewing, his name is Oreofe, and she's epic. She has an epic YouTube channel. She's 18 years old. She's in medical school right now, and she's basically killing the game. So these are just some questions that I wanted to ask her. And without further ado, please enjoy the video. What methods are you using right now to study?
So right now, since I only started med school about a month ago, I'm kind of in the process of trying to figure out what studying method works for me. But right now I've been doing more active methods of studying, and it's been working for me for the most part. I've been using the Pomodoro technique for a long time now. So I basically do 25 minutes of studying, 5-minute break repeatedly, and that helps me to stay focused. And yeah, I've been doing that for maybe 2 years now. And I just started using Anki for med school, and it's really helpful. It really helps me to remember the stuff, especially like over a longer span of time. So that way when I'm going into the exam, I'm not cramming as much. And another thing I do is during lecture, write down questions for each slide in a way. And then at the end of the lecture, or after reviewing the slide again, I quiz myself using those questions to make sure I actually retained everything that I need to retain.
So
you go ahead.
Anki deck, do you make your own flashcards, or do you? No? Oh, okay. So you get them from.
No, I don't. I get them from some of my classmates, and I know one person in the class above me made some. So I have his decks for the year, and yeah, some of my classmates make them, and I get them from them.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So how would you say med school is different from undergrad?
The better question is, how is med school the same as undergrad? Because it's so different. But I feel like overall med school is a lot more dense than undergrad. Because oftentimes I hear this analogy, like in med school, you're drinking out of a fire hydrant, and I've never felt something more than that. Like, that's so true. Because I feel like in med school, I'll learn one exam's worth of material, one undergrad exam worth of material in 2 or 3 days. And I learned a semester's worth of material in 2 weeks, 1 week.
Whoa!
So just,
oh my
so much about one thing you need to know, and you got to keep up.
Is it like the same classes in undergrad, or is it like different classes?
What do you mean?
Like, I heard that my med school does like a biochem course, which we take in undergrad, and there's microbiome and stuff. So what are your like classes?
We have a lot of different ones, but the one that we're doing right now is a biochem course. It's called Molecules and Cells, but it's a lot. You're not learning the same things you learned in undergrad. Maybe you are for a day, not even a day, maybe for like an hour of one day, but you're learning a lot of new things that were not taught in undergrad before.
Wow. Okay. So my next question is, are you an extraterrestrial? Because you are in med school at 18 years old, you're meal prep, you live by yourself for the first time, I think, based on your videos, and you make amazing YouTube videos. So please tell me, are you superhuman or what?
I think I'm the opposite of superhuman. I'm very much normal human, kind of, if even. But I know, like, on the outside, it might look like, oh my gosh, she's so cool, she's so young, she's so amazing. But it's like, at the end of the day, what I show on social media is not necessarily the entire picture of my life. I'm not showing, the times I'm struggling. I'm just showing, oh yeah, this is my experience. But it's kind of, when you edit YouTube videos, you have to curate it in a certain way. And it's like, I'm not saying I'm fake. I'm very far from fake. Everything that I put is true. But like, you may see me being young, and you may see me having this achievement, but you didn't see me crying in the bathroom last Wednesday. Like, you didn't see that part. So I go through struggles just like everyone else, and it's hard trying to balance it, but I use a planner, and I try to manage my schedule well. And even though it's like I have ups and downs, but don't compare yourself to me. I'm not superhuman. I'm just trying my best out here. Trying to get
That's actually really interesting. My roommate is 20 years old, and she just graduated with a bachelor's degree and is doing a full-time job. And I'm constantly telling her how cool she is, but she's like, no, stop. And I mean, I get it, but I also really want you guys to understand that it's awesome what you're doing. Like, isn't your cohort like full of 20-year-olds, like 2 years older than you?
Yeah, most of them right now are about 20.
I mean, I'm 23, so I'm not saying older is worse or anything like that. So I would be going to 24, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, you should pat yourself on the back or something, because like you're doing a really good job. So
Thank you.
I mean, and you edit cool YouTube videos. Like, I watch your edits, and they're seriously like as good as the top people. Like, I can't wait. I'm gonna put a little clip in my video of your video, because your editing is just so good.
Thank you.
That was my next question. I said, what inspired you to make a YouTube channel?
Honestly, YouTube is something that I've always wanted to do. Little secret, I actually had a little YouTube channel going when I was 12, but it was a hot mess. But what was it about? I posted like shopping hauls and, 6th grade advice. It's in the past, but yeah, overall, I just wanted to inspire. What?
I had an old YouTube channel too. It was a gaming channel.
This new channel I have, I just wanted to help people out and inspire people, especially being a Black woman. I get a lot of comments saying, oh my gosh, it's so nice to see, a Black woman who's in med school,
killing the game,
going after her dreams, killing the game. Okay, maybe a little bit. But it's just when people, especially in the Black community, look at other Black people doing it, because only about 5% of doctors or so are African American. It's just being able for someone to look at me and say, oh, I can do it. It's really priceless.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, I was just on the AAMC website. They said 3% of doctors are Black males.
Oh yeah, Black.
It's rough. It's like I don't know. It's terrible. But no, that's amazing. That's actually why I make my YouTube. I started from a community college, so for 2 years, and I looked up. I was like, can I go to med school while going to community college first? And there was literally nobody that had a YouTube channel about that. And so I was like, fine.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone outside too.
So the next question was, what do you do for fun, and what do you have time to?
Okay, so some things I do. I play the ukulele. I have that with me. I also play the guitar. I don't have my guitar with me in my apartment. I hang out with my friends. That's like the main thing I do, doing different things, going to restaurants, just chilling at their apartment or something. I really just love being around people. That's what really fuels me and makes me happiest in a way. But yeah, I haven't really been having much time to do stuff at the moment with school and everything. But sometimes like on the weekends, every other weekend, but like, for example, this weekend, I can meet with you now because our exam isn't until next week, not this coming week. So it's like weekends like now, I can, talk to people, hang out with people, but it's been stressful trying to balance everything. So I can't really give much advice on that at the moment. Maybe in a year I can.
No, you're completely fine. I just wanted to ask. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this, because I know you're already so busy. So
Of course, it's a pleasure.
So how easy is it making friends in med school? Because you said you hang out with them, right? I assume they're all new friends.
Yeah, most of them, except for some people who are in my cohort who I already knew, but everyone else, it's a new friend. But honestly, I think that making friends in med school is actually a bit easier than making friends in undergrad, just because you already had to spend so much time around them. And, it might be harder to find like people who click with you, but it's in the sense you already have something in common. You all have the goal of being a doctor. Yeah. And you all are going through this journey together. And in undergrad, it's kind of oh, this person wants to do engineering, this person's comp sci. It's you're not all in sync, but in med school, everyone's in sync. So you're around people more, and proximity is one of the main things that causes you to become friends with someone. So yeah. I think it's actually easier making friends now.
Awesome. Okay, that's really, really comforting. Next question was just so that I could know, but do you have an average time that you wake up and go to sleep?
Yeah, I guess more so wake up. I either wake up at 5:30 or 6, go to sleep. It's a little more variable, but if I had to have a median time, or no, not median, an average time, it'd probably be around midnight. So I should be getting a little more sleep, but at the moment, I don't have my life that together yet.
Wait, why 5:36? What do you do?
It's about an hour commute to get to school, and I want to get there like 10 to 20 minutes early, and I have to be there at 8 a.m. every morning for our TBLs, which is team-based learning. So we have groups, and we kind of take quizzes every morning with our groups, and that's mandatory in the morning at the moment, but next week is going to change. But yeah, I have to be there at 8 a.m., and it's about an hour trip.
I saw that in your orientation video, you had a practice. I was like,
oh yeah.
So the next question I had was, what's the number of people in your cohort?
9. Well, no. 5.
Wait, what's your definition of cohort? My definition is the number of people that like went into med school in your class.
Oh, 5.
What? Whoa. Okay. Oh, crazy. Okay. Mine is like 130.
I wish. They're less. Oh, you mean like my class size overall? Like
yeah.
How many people are in M25? Oh, 125.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know.
Sorry, that's even like
that was probably my bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay.
Bye. Sorry.
Is it so elite? Like only 5 people did it? That's like a 0.01% acceptance rate.
Less than that. 0.00001.
Okay, so the next question was about the undergrad thing. What does med school actually look like now? Is it just like undergrad with classes, or what does it look like?
Our school gives us like a big schedule for the entire unit, so it's usually different for different days sometimes, but for the average day at the moment, it's TBLs at 8 a.m., then lectures at 9 a.m., and then we might have a break. We usually have a break between 10 and 10:30. So each lecture is about an hour. So sometimes we might have 2 lectures in one day. Other times we might have 3 lectures in one day. Usually we end around either 11:30 or 12:30. And then after that, we're technically free, apart from on Tuesdays where we have this class called Population Health, which it runs from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., I think. But yeah, after 12:30 or after 11:30, for the most part, we're free. I usually go to get some sort of food, or I eat the food I brought. And then I mainly study until 5 usually. And then from there at 5, I go home and then I continue studying at home. So I think that's what the average day looks like.
So how do they have 3 lectures? Is it 3 lectures on the same topic of like your biochem right now class?
It might be they do, like, let's say we're learning about nitrogen balance in the urea cycle. That's what we learned a bit like on Thursday or something. We might have like the first part of it from 9 to 9:50, and then the second part of it from 10:30 to 11:30, and then we might right after have a clinical applications of it. So they might talk about diseases related to the urea cycle, like possibly, or amino acids, stuff like that, possibly like PKU, albinism, stuff like that. So they might split a lecture to have the time and then have clinical applications on the same topic usually.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Do you look at the slides beforehand, or do you just go into lecture?
It really depends. Sometimes if I am going to the lecture physically, I will usually not read the slides before, and I'll just listen to the lecture in person and then go over it maybe once or twice later. But if I am not going to the lecture, as in I'm watching the recording, I usually go through the slides first, try to have an understanding of the slides. And then after that, I watch the recorded lecture on, 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed. That way I'm not like trying to figure out what exactly they're saying. I already have an idea of what they're saying. I'm just trying to solidify it in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it really does.
So it really depends on the situation.
Cool. Awesome. And my final question was, do you have an area of interest currently of what kind of doctor you want to be?
Yeah, I do. I have a couple specialties that are like my top 2. For the most part, I am keeping my options open, but I do have 2 specialties that I have like at the top of my head, but I'm not gonna say those out loud now. Maybe I'll let y'all know on Match Day. But yeah. Okay.
Match
I'm not
Day? Is
closed
that
off.
4 years from now?
Yes, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Me, 4.
Okay, well, we'll be anxiously waiting. Okay, sweet. And we did it. Exactly 20 minutes. This was great. This was a great interview. I enjoyed this.
So nice talking to you.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
so sweet.
It was so nice talking to you.